Hi guys, it's just a few days now until we set off on our I don't know how long trip of America in our very first RV. Myself, my husband, our 3-year-old and our 60-pound rescue dog. If you watched my last video, you've been helping me to get this set up whilst my husband and my little boy are in Scotland visiting family. I've been doing as much as I can on my own and I have now reached my limit, so I'm going to show you everything as it is and I'll point out all the things that are missing. Let's start with a little walkthrough of the outside. So this is a 34-ish foot Wildwood Forest River X Lite. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not really here to do all of the man stuff. This is an outdoor kitchen. So we have the grill there, it's like a griddle hot plate, and then the little fridge too, and that is all automatically on when the power is hooked up. There's also the hose there because there is a little outdoor shower. The main thing that I have not organised is this pass-through, but I'm going to show you so you can get an idea of the storage space of the whole thing. So this you probably can't see because it's dark, but it goes all the way through to the other side, and then there's an opening exactly the same on the other side, and under here is absolutely everything that we need to set the whole thing up whenever we get to a site. All of the chocks and all of the pipes and everything goes under here, and then we also have all of our outdoor stuff. So that big box there is beach stuff, and then our camping chairs, our picnic table, rainproof jackets, like we have a mat to go outside under the awning if we're somewhere that's not concrete. Everything is under there. Very handy space. I'm not going to take you around the other side today because we are in the hood a little bit, and I've just noticed that there is a van lifer pulled up next to me having a nap in a very empty looking van, so I'm going to go inside. Safety. Okay, let me spin you around and show you the inside. So when you come in the entryway here are the shoe storage boxes that I am working on. It's not working in my favour at the moment. I think I am going to have to end up putting screws in these, which is really disappointing. But basically all of our shoes and everything are going to go in there, which is handy. And then the entertainment centre is right here. We have our TV, and then there's 2 cupboards either side of here, which are actually empty at the moment. I think I'm going to put maybe like Ted's leash in there. And then this central panel is a fire, which does kick out heat. I have brought my air purifier. Little bougie, and I put up some photos to make it a little homely. To the right hand side and at the front of the RV is our bedroom, Mum and Dad's room. Josh is going to absolutely hate me for this green and white bedding, but I love it. This is an almost normal king size bed. I think it's like 4 inches short of a king size, and it is a Versatil. Ready? Oh yeah, full grandma style. Although I am going to tilt it down right now because I can't show you the storage underneath when it's up. Okay, so in terms of storage in here, this is on an airlift, so there are 4 boxes under here, and that was the pass-through that I showed you, so you can see it goes all the way underneath and right out the other side, so we can access it from here too, which is handy. There's also 2 huge overhead storage compartments. This one is empty because it is Josh's. He's not here to put his clothes in yet. This one is mine. It goes all the way back there, so I've stuck loads of boots and things down there that I want, and then that is my sweatshirts and pajamas. 3 large shelves there on one bedside, and then a shelf and a little cubby on that bedside. And then the closet, which was the thing that I knew I was going to find most difficult. Kitchen coming in second. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, here's the closet. That's it. I'm going to put a couple of pictures in here of my closet at home. and of the pile of things that I have not brought with me. I did come up with a solution though. So in here I've got 7 hangers, which are 7 outfits for the week. I've also got all of my jewellery. Let me lift this out so I can show you. All of my jewellery on this here hanger, which is very easy and handy. And then if you can see, this is like a quite a thin, it's for shoe storage, but in here I've got like sports bras, sports shorts, dog walking clothes, basically grab and go clothes or lazy day clothes. So that's my section of the wardrobe. Josh has this section of the wardrobe, which is probably about just over a third of the size of mine, and it doesn't have a rail, but we can fit one if he wants one. And then underneath here, that is the pass-through again. So I've put our little wash basket down there, and I think I'm just going to use that as a laundry chute. Okay, through to the living and kitchen area. So this is our couch. It's actually huge and really comfortable. I was a little bit like, oh, leather. It's obviously not real leather, but it is softer and warmer than leather, which are the 2 things that put me off of leather sofas. And they are really, really comfortable, really nice and soft. So we have this set up as an L shape, but this whole piece can spin around to here, essentially cutting me in half where I'm sat to make the dinette bigger, which I'll show you in more close up in a second. But I think we're probably just going to leave it like here, because with it like this, the dinette is easily a 3-seater. That's all we need. So when you're sat here, you can see the TV really easily, although we are considering potentially getting it on one of the arm brackets so that we can swing it around a little bit. If we ever have people that are going to be sat at the other end of the sofa, it's not so easy to see. I think it might be just out of shot for you, but underneath here, I think you'll be able to see the top part of it. Yeah, so I have my pots and pans and everything in the box here, and I have to put a lid on that so that I can get to things more easily, she says. Just had it on the lip. So I can get to things more easily and just grab, like, my most used pans are at the top. Then this one I do have a lid on, because this is all of my baking stuff and baking pantry stuff, so flour, sugar, cocoa powder, everything is in that one, because me and Rory are going to start up a little baking hobby, why not? And then I have a ton of space left there, and I think what's going to go in there, well, already in there, is my slow cooker and my blender, and I think we will probably bring the air fryer as well, so that can go under there. Let me tell you how comfortable I wanted to make my life though. I took my favourite recipe books and I've written out my favourite recipes, because I knew I wouldn't have space to bring them, but I didn't want to lose the recipe books and I didn't want to clog up my phone with photos, so I have been handwriting my recipes into this book every evening. Okay, I'll spin you around again to quickly show you the dinette area, although the best features of this, in my opinion, are, again, the extra storage. So this is under technically the L of the sofa, but it is the dinette. So under here we have our junk drawer at the front. I have 3 vac packs of clothes in there as well, and then behind that, even further, I have our spare towels, spare bedding. There's laundry stuff on this left hand side, and you can see there's a gap here too. I'm going to be putting sort of to hand cleaning products that I need, so like surface spray, disinfectant wipes, baby wipes, that sort of thing can go in there too. Then I'll keep you at ground level to show you that underneath the back of the dinette there are 2 more storage boxes. One of them is currently completely empty and the other one has got Teddy Boys things in, so his like snack wheel and his toys and stuffies and his dirty blanket, because at night this sofa does jackknife, so I will pull it down and that will be Teddy's bed, because he doesn't like to sleep on dog beds, he likes to sleep on human beds. On top of the dinette at the moment we do have a few things that I am yet to put away, so it's a little bit messy, but you can see there's plenty of space for 3 of us to sit. This top does also go lower so that it's level, so I think you can even make that into like a super sized bed that would literally go all the way out to here, from here all the way over to that wall. Don't know why you would ever want to do that, but there you go, it's an option. And then under this storage I have overflow pantry in a box, and then behind that there's medicine, sunscreen, I think that's it in this one, so there is a little bit of spare space back there. Let me show you around the kitchen before I show you the pantry. So we have, is this in shot? The fridge freezer here is currently empty because obviously we're not leaving yet, but I think it's a pretty decent size. If you watched my last video, again, I discovered that it is not magnetic, so these things up on the freezer I have actually stuck with command strips and or blue tack, because how can you not have things on your fridge? That's crazy. But I'm not worried about the amount of space in there for us, and the same with the freezer. It's pretty deep, it goes back a fair way. I think that's going to be enough. And then the rest of the kitchen, we have a oven with 2 shelves. It's 12 inches wide. I managed to get baking trays that are fine. We have a gas stove, which I am so excited for. There's 3 burners here and they are covered up right now, which also means I can use this as prep space if I want to. The world's cutest kettle that I got from Amazon. I'm very excited to use that. And then under here is not only the extractor fan for the oven, but also the microwave. This is the prep space, although what my husband wants to go here is his giant coffee machine. He has 1 cup a day and he will not compromise on having the double width coffee machine because he uses the milk frother, and the single width one doesn't have a milk frother. Up here I have put our plates, bowls, mugs, cups and measuring jugs. Kitchen roll is underneath here. There's also a couple of spotlights in case it's dark. Before the RV police come for me, by the way, all of this stuff will either be packed into a cupboard or fixed down with command strips or something before we think of moving anywhere. On top of the dinette there where you're sat, I also have a load of the anti-slip material that you can put on the bottom of the cupboards and stuff that I just haven't done yet. Toaster, a decent sized sink. Let me show you the sink actually, because that is also bigger than I hoped that it would be. Pretty decent sized sink, I'd say, and it has this little draining board on it. We also got in part of the starter kit a washing up bowl, which I was very surprised at because I know that Americans don't really do washing up bowls. And then whilst we're here, I'll show you in my drawers. So we've got most of our cutlery and everything in that one, some overflow utensils, plastic wrap, kitchen roll, kitchen foil, that sort of thing in that one. Then our under the sink cupboard is a little bit of a mishmash at the moment, and I think this is probably going to change. We have like our bottles, hot plates, Tupperware, chopping boards. I think I'm probably going to end up moving a bit of that around depending how much space I have left over in there. You can also see the bin in the corner there, but technically that comes out of here, which is also very handy. The only thing I don't think that they've really planned for in here, considering a lot of people do travel with dogs, is that there's nowhere really obvious to put a dog bowl. So I think we're going to struggle with that to start with. Teddy is also the messiest of drinkers, so wherever I put it, he is going to drench the surrounding area. I do find it quite strange because a lot of them, including this one, that little cubby at the bedside there is actually supposed to be used for a small dog bed. Teddy would never fit. I'll spin you around for the bathroom because I don't think we can both fit in there, but anyway, it's a shower. My husband has used this shower and he says it's actually pretty powerful, but I do have a backup, more powerful filtered shower head in case we need it. Vanity, hello. And then under here there is like extra storage, more storage there, and then I've added in that storage there as well, and then obviously the toilet is right here. I've also added in those command hanging baskets for our shampoo and things, and this full-length mirror so that I can have a look at my outfits. And then finally the king's room, more pants. This is a triple bunk room. Obviously he only needs the one. His duvet hasn't arrived yet. That's coming tomorrow, so I'll get that set up. And then up here we have some more storage units from IKEA. So all of his clothes, his spare bedding, everything is in there. I think there's 1 or 2 that are actually empty. And then his school stuff is in that basket for when we're doing homeschooling. I mean, he's 3.5, so homeschooling is a little bit of a stretch, more like kind of fun projects. And then I think there's also another one empty here, and all of his toys are in here. He also has this little extra unit, so the printer is up there because Josh is going to be working, and also that allows me to be able to print out worksheets. We have this handy dandy little light that stays red all night and goes green in the morning when he's allowed to come out of his room, although it doesn't really work very well, but sometimes. And then his books and everything down there, and his underwear and pajamas are in that little basket there. I wanted to show you this little rug that I got. It is from Aldi, so I don't think I can link it for you, but it was only $20. I think it's super cute. I did have to take a Stanley knife to the corner there to get it to fit round because this doesn't move, but I've stuck some duct tape on it for now. I'm going to have to take it to a seams just to overlock it at some point. Oh, and let me show you, because this is super handy dandy. I wonder if I can get you in shot somehow. I want to show you, maybe here. Josh is going to have to work in this room sometimes if Rory and I are home and he doesn't have like a clubhouse at the campsite or whatever that he can work from. Only really if he needs to make a call. So I got him this little lap desk. We are considering taking this couch out, but there are some water pipes under there that I don't think that we can move very easily, so I don't think it would be particularly aesthetic. So we're going to see if we can live with it like this for now. Imagine that I'm properly sat on the sofa. This is this little lap desk, and then the legs, I think this was like $30 or something from Amazon. The legs get longer if you want them to, just boop, and both sides obviously. And then it also, if you flick this, you can tilt this, so you can have your laptop like, and obviously if you sat all the way back, can you still see me? Yeah. So that just makes working much more comfortable. It's got little grippy bits here so that your laptop doesn't like slide onto your lap. You just sit the keypad in there, tip your screen back. I think that's going to come in super handy, and it's really nice and space saving. I think that's it, you guys. Josh has got to fit the Wi-Fi, and we'll have the bike rack installed. We're going to have to refit those shoe storage cabinets because they didn't quite work out as I hoped. And then we've basically just got to put his clothes and the fridge freezer in, and we'll be on the way in a few days from now. So stay tuned. Next week I will do our first weekly vlog that will be going through our first week on the road, as well as what we're seeing at our first stop. Everything that I've showed you that's on Amazon will be on my Amazon storefront, and if it's not on Amazon, it'll probably most likely be IKEA, but I'll put it all on my Shopify. I'll put both of those links in the description of this video in case you're in a tiny home too, or you saw anything here that you think would be handy. I think I've done really well with the space-saving items. I'm actually quite pleased with myself. And I feel like we've made an RV into a tiny home, which was all I was aiming for. This feels homely, this feels like us, and we're really excited to get on the road and get exploring. So stay tuned, and if you see us pop up anywhere near you, let us know if you have any recommendations. Make sure you subscribe here for the weekly vlogs, but also follow @_Amber in America on Instagram and TikTok for short form content, photos, and more timely updates. I'm probably going to be about a week in lag posting on YouTube because it takes so long to edit. If I've forgotten to show you anything, or if you have any questions, just drop me a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. See you soon.